Okay, Dr. Reed, good.
Yeah,
Thank you, Eric.
I loving to hear what Eric is saying right here, and here's what I'm going to tell you. There are many. Everybody has a story to tell,
Mm-hmm.
but what I love about Eric right here is this: he understands what happened. That was not for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing, but to have the strength, the understanding, to say I'm going to change my life for the better,
Yeah.
that's commendable, and I commend you, my brother,
Exactly.
big time.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them out there that don't do this.
Mhm.
Okay. Now we can go ahead. We all of us have skeletons, so-called skeletons in the closet.
Mhm.
Okay, that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Because you got to learn because you're going to make mistakes. However, there comes a time when you have to have accountability for yourself and know, you know what, this is not working.
Okay.
I'm losing my family. I'm losing my friends. I'm maybe losing my job. And we're not just talking about being addicted to drugs and anything. We're talking about the whole behavior, period.
Yeah.
Because you can be a butt if you want to be one either way and don't have to be on drugs.
Right.
So accountability for that, understanding, wait a minute, why am I not getting the love that I'm supposed to get? Why am I not getting the things that I want? As a matter of fact, wherever I go, I'm getting into confrontations. I'm getting into it's because of you. Change it, and you've done that. And
And you've done that.
give me some
And
dap.
that's
Thank
There
you.
it
that's
is.
why,
Thank
to
you.
me, that's a testimony.
Yes, it is.
And we all have them.
Amen.
And that's where when Eric said that, you wish there was somebody that listen, parents.
Yes.
Parents guide children, want guidance, they want structure. Without that, they think they are not loved and they're going to want attention. And if the
Yes.
attention, they're going to get attention one way or the other.
That's right.
You're
And
right.
if we start with that, then we're going to have some conversations.
Okay, all right. Listen, we got great conversation going on here with the mini version of Man Talk. All right, so when we left, we were discussing about the kids, children, and being fathers, and even young men, and how you guys would help them. But I know that Dr. Reed mentioned emotions and how it is misperceived that you
Yes.
guys can't cry,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's one of the biggest misconception that women have, or society in general. Because again, men are supposed to be strong, and we are, but so are women. Women have the advantage; they can cry, can show their emotions. Well, we have emotions too, as men do, but they are taught, man, you can't cry, because if you cry, you're gonna be like a wimp, man, and we don't want that. And that's rubbish. My children think, they've never seen me cry because there has not been anything that I need to cry. But let me tell you something: if they watch me close, when we watch movies, there are some scenes in movies. I have some tears here.
You too?
I love it.
Tell
I
him
love
he
it.
tease me because I will cry at a movie
Oh, no, we're crying.
sometimes. But
Yeah,
Bruh,
because you let it
Don't
out.
you feel
I don't have a problem with crying at one or two, but every movie, no,
Oh,
I
come
can't
on.
do
Well,
it.
I didn't
Chick
say
flick-
every movie now.
Chick
but
flick,
Not
I ain't
every
gonna cry.
No, no,
when
no. We're
Darth
talking
Vader
about
gets shot off the
some.
moon.
Yeah, no. We're talking about some serious, because there's a couple movies out there that I can watch, and I can watch them 10 times. And when a
Yes.
certain scene comes, I will have some tears in my eyes.
That's right.
But let's get away from the movies. I'm talking
It's a
about in
moment.
general. It's
Just
a moment.
life.
Yeah.
It's a moment.
But
Just life.
If we take it as far as in a relationship is concerned,
Mm.
crying tears denotes weakness.
Right.
And I beg to differ. I think if a man, and we're talking about men, if men can show emotions, to me, in my opinion, that shows a certain side of strength.
Okay.
Because to show that is meaning like, well, I don't really care if people call me soft or wimp. I'm crying because it's genuine. Now again, Tony has a point. There's some, crying over everything because somebody's ran over a little. No, that's
Thank
not
you.
what we're talking about.
I was
I'm talking
going
about-
to bring that
I'm
up.
talking about some in a relationship. You're
Yes.
sad.
Yeah.
You're sad that your wife you're not getting along, and you have frustrations, and you may just pour it out. Why not? It's not just about, oh no, I'm
American.
like where's Mufasa from Lion King? Beautiful, beautiful. But there is a soft side to it, and there
Okay.
are emotions. And I think if women understand that we can come out with this, and allow us to be that way and show that, I think that would make things much better.
Okay, that's important. What you just said.
And not even just the crying, but let's say just feeling hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, emotions. All right. A woman says something, or anybody says something, and you're hurt by this, and you're showing the emotion. I'm hurt. And like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be hurt by this. You're supposed to be, brush that off and go on about your business. No, we're men, but we have feelings. Women have feelings. We all are hurt by certain things. And this is, like I said, the misunderstanding about putting a stereotypical, putting in a category, and categorize people, this is how it's supposed to be, and that's not necessarily how it is. And when we are allowed to be really who we are, because everybody has their own individual how can you say, what personality, obviously, you know, and that's what needs to be allowed to happen.
You know, now and another thing I cry about is when my team lose.
Dallas Cowboys, perhaps?
No, I'm just kidding.
Sensitivity.
lose today.
Sensitivity.
Yeah,
It's
sorry,
another
yeah.
thing that he
Put
just
that
brought
on
in.
already.
Don't put that on the radio.
It's another thing he's brought in. Sensitive. Being sensitive.
Yes.
Oh man, let's be sensitive too. There are moments where we can be sensitive, you know, because now we're talking about men. Let me switch this for 1 second. I always talk about, you know, men need to be strong. Listen, women, I love nothing more than also a strong woman, because what do I say? Us men, as strong as we may be, there are times when we want to rest. There are times when we are sick. There are times when we are down. And what wonderful feeling to be able to go to sleep, to get some rest, and have a woman standing right there over you, protecting you, knowing that nothing's going to happen to you.
Man, that's it. And you talked about communication earlier, and with communication comes teamwork. You know, it's not team I, it's team we. And I think a lot of times in relationships, people forget to add the we.
Eric said something a while ago that was very, 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 very strong. And like, whether we have emotions, whether we cry, whether we don't cry, whatever it may be, it doesn't really make a difference. But the point is this: you have to accept the person you're with for who they are, not trying to change them. And that's what he was saying right there. He said, you know what? I am who I am. If she accepts me, great. If she doesn't, so be it.
So be it.
And that is profound, deep, and commendable, because too many people, not just men and women, give in to try to please the other one and lose themselves, and then later on down the road, whether it's 2 months, 6 years, 20 years, it's going to explode and gonna say, man, I never liked spaghetti in the begin with. Take that, you know what I mean? I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? You should have told me 20 years ago. I would have made that mess, you know, and that's what it's all about. Be honest, be who you are, go on with that.
That's communication, though. You gotta let
Yes.
people know right away what you don't like, what you do like. That bothers me, you know, or get away, because now I understand what you're going through.
Perfect thing you said, communication. And another thing, you just said something about, you know, we should know each other. And yes, we do know one another, but you don't know everything all the time. Communication, in my opinion, is probably even the most important thing, important ingredient in any relationship, because you can love one another as much as you want to. You can dig the other person as much as you want to, but if you're not communicating exactly that example you just gave us, you know what? Today I'm just not feeling it, and Tony didn't pick up on it because he's happy. He didn't pick up on it, and you are, you open enough to say, you know what? Today I'm a little frustrated, and he says, you know what? Thank you for telling me, because I wasn't quite sure. Now let me go and watch the ball game at the sports bar. You know what I'm saying?
I said,
That's
do I need to get
communication.
my basketball out?
There it is.
Because if I need to go,
I'm
you know,
gonna go,
there you
but
go.
it wasn't that deep. And the thing is,
Communication.
once we can be honest with ourselves,
That's the key. That's the
once you
key.
can realize what's going
That's the
on
key.
with you and why you're acting and behaving the way you are, then you can go, okay, let me check this, let me deal with this, or let me let somebody around me know, so that I don't lash out and
But that's getting away now from society's stereotyping. Getting to know yourself is to stop listening to what others are saying about you or anything else. It's about turning into yourself and saying, okay, what is it about me? Men are supposed to do this, but I like this. What men are supposed to do, and I like this. Whatever it may be, is turning into yourself, and then of course being responsible and having accountability and understanding that everything is not groovy. I'm okay. I don't like being in a bad mood, or sometimes I snap, or sometimes whatever it may be, and accepting every aspect of every facet of who you are, accepting that. And when you do this, then you can start accepting others.
okay.
Then the relationship will come. Perfect example of what you just said. When I said a while ago, when you are in a relationship, you help each other to become the best you can be, the potential that you have within you, not exactly where you are, but you
Okay.
saw what you see, and that's what you're trying to do. Because if we just like, this is where you are, this is good enough, writing or whatever I need to do, I just finished a book. It took an immense thank you an immense amount of time, takes sacrifice. I didn't hear one say, you wrote that book again, about time you spend some time with me, what's going on here? No.
I've experienced that before.
Yes.
In another
But
relationship.
it's about,
another play. God,
yeah, and I
another
do this, but she allows me, or she allows it to happen, which is great, because if she didn't, I would do it anyway, most likely, because that's my thing, but it would be frustration, and
Yeah.
and there would be tension in the home. And it's not because the other partner understands this man has potential. I see where he wants to go.
Sure.
I'm going to help him get there. And it's
Yeah.
the same way with her. I see
Good.
the wonderful potential she has in her life, and I will do everything I can